In pickleball, it is very important that you know how to attack. You have to have controlled and dynamic aggression, and especially in mixed doubles, there's going to be even more incentive to have that skill. So here you have Chloe, Igleski, and I playing in the Pro Mixed Doubles qualifier at the APP Fort Lauderdale tournament, and we start off with a backhand flick right through the middle. And it's really important to start establishing patterns, and that way once you establish them, you can get your opponents moving one way or another, and then basically continue adjusting as you see things unfold. And here, I get a good drop, so I'm able to close the distance and go either line, middle, or cross court. And here I start through the middle, making sure that our opponent, Max Green, has to cover the middle anytime I have that opportunity. In this next point, he gets the opportunity to speed up, and here again, he has 3 targets, right through me, through the middle, or through Chloe cross court. It is very difficult to go cross court hard and keep it in, so fortunately, Chloe's able to cover the middle, and I whip the ball, so, but either way, I think if the ball is being sped up from in front of you, your job is to protect your body and your line, and your partner is covering the middle and cross court. So since Max sped that up from my side of the court, I covered line and Chloe got the middle. And for those of you who follow the channel closely, you may notice that I'm not playing with my usual partner, Allie. We're just kind of taking a little bit of an experimental break. Sometimes we're playing tournaments together, sometimes we won't. Just stay tuned. So one huge thing that will allow your opponents to attack is if you have a short return. And here I'm not doing a great job of moving through the return. You can see there I hit the return and then I move forward, and that led to a very, very short return. And Max is a very good singles player, has a great drive, and he was able to get the opportunity. He just missed the put away. And for what it's worth, I mean, he really is a phenomenal singles player. He has beaten J-Dub Johnson, who is like a top PPA pro. He's also beaten Zane Navratil in singles, so the guy is very legit. And typically those singles players make for good mixed doubles players as well, because a lot of those skills translate over, especially with the serve and drive. A little bit of chaos there, but I do appreciate that Chloe's taking balls out of the air. Anytime you take those dinks out of the air, you're taking time away from your opponent. Fortunately, I was able to bail out that one pop-up, and here we are able to get another flick. And if you notice, it's another flick right through the middle, and just keep tabs on the location as that moves through the game. There we have Helen and Max hitting some good fourths. Too much for us to overcome there. And Max finds a good speed up there. In hindsight, I think I probably could have pinched the middle a little bit harder as Max is hitting this difficult dink. And I could have taken this out of the air, take time away from him. But instead, I'm the one moving backwards. Max sees that. And because I'm moving backwards, he knows that I'm not going to do anything too offensive with this dink. And he seizes that opportunity to attack. So you see that flick goes cross court that time, so mixing it up. And more importantly, I'm covering a lot of territory, especially when the opponents are going to drop the ball. You really want to be able to move efficiently side to side. And victory insoles is one thing that has helped my game significantly. They are super springy and super balanced, give me a lot of support, and that's how I'm able to just cover more than just my 50% of the court and make sure that we're taking these balls out of the air. Big shout out to them for sponsoring this video, and right back into the action we go. And right away you might see a pattern forming. Max, being the great singles player that he is, I mean, hits a nice serve, I hit a short return, and he freaking tees off on that drive. So he earns a point there and does it again. So definitely something to keep tabs on, but all these drives that he's blasting, they're all off of short returns. So that's one huge thing that I'm going to be focusing on before the next tournament. Just trying to get the returns deeper, get the body weight going through the shot, It's actually one of the very few shots in pickleball where you should be moving through the ball as you hit. So keep that in mind as you work on your returns. I know that might look like an unforced error, but honestly, Chloe's thirds were very, very elite. That was dipping, and we were both crashing forward trying to apply pressure. A little bit similar there. I mean, in theory, yes, it's unforced, but it's just hard when you have people trying to bulldoze the net right away. Alright, let's break this down. Chloe here is looking at my third shot the entire time. She's tracking the ball, sees that it goes low, and then she tries to crash off of it. Really, Max hit a good low ball back, so she wasn't able to do too much with it, but we're able to reset. I go and attack, we get an unlucky net cord, but Chloe's able to bail me out, and now we win the hands battle. Honestly, having a partner that you can trust to bail you out whenever your aggression does go awry is really, really valuable. Like, I knew that Chloe is going to be pretty aggressive going into this match, and I knew sometimes I can continue with the aggression, sometimes I need to reset, and you kind of saw us both do a little bit of each of those things. So being on the same page as your partner, super, super important. A little bit of chaos, but you know what? We got a full commit, and that would probably look a little bit smoother. To be honest, I'm hesitating a little bit there, so it looks a little choppy. But Chloe over here, on the other hand, does not hesitate at all. She just hits a great drop right at Helen's foot, and then gets the pop up. Same thing there. She gets such a great roll drop just right at the opponent's feet, and is able to attack, and the bonus is just dodging the ball. Dodging the out balls is like how you know you're really turning it sharp. Okay, we catch a little bit of a break with that one. I mean, just scrapping extra balls. You never know what may happen, and that pays off. I feel like in my last video from like a local Moneyball, there were so many points where we were trying to scrap some extra balls out, and we just never got any payoff. But that right there is why you do it. This is just great teamwork and great anticipation. Chloe here hits another great third. Our opponent is moving backwards. Meanwhile, she is bulldozing forward towards the net, able to take this out of the air and start attacking right away. And then here, I do reach quite a bit, but at least I'm balanced, and I see that Max is now unbalanced, so I go right up to the kitchen line, and I'm already hunting. So if you notice, I'm basically looking to attack before Max has even finished hitting his shot, and we're able to stay on the offense and finish the point out. Max taking up a lot of court space there, just being relentless, taking out all those force out of the air. Doing a pretty good job. And then you can see my internal monologue there, like thinking, I've hit so many returns short, let me just hit one a little bit harder. I overhooked it, and of course it goes deep. Now we go back to a short return, and look what happens. I was so confident I could reset that last one, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But here you can see something similar. Basically, Helen is looking at the ball, watching Max's drive, and she sees that it's going to be a good one because the return was short. She just rushes forward and full commits to the poach, and obviously she initiates a very much so winning combination there. And there's the pattern again. Helen hits a good serve. I mean, honestly, Helen's serve was pretty low and deep and hard. So, I mean, you can see I missed another return off of that. Chloe's fed up with me at this point, takes the time out. But yeah, I mean, Helen had a great serve, and both of them were just getting short returns out of us, and just letting Max tee off, as he is very, very skilled at doing. But we take the timeout, try and stop our opponent's momentum, and we put Chloe on the left here. She has a very long hold on that dink, turns it into a speed up, initiates it, and follows it up. So pretty textbook speed up and follow up counter there. I mean, just an incredible third there. So that was match point, but just to look at this again, the serve honestly set this up pretty well. And then Chloe is making contact before Helen is anywhere near the kitchen. Chloe hits a great third. Helen's digging it from her shoelaces, and she wasn't really able to get to a neutral position. But you can see that Max's drives were just incredibly effective. But fortunately, Chloe was very effective at hitting thirds that set us up to continue attacking as well. And then we attacked significantly more in the kitchen and more effectively. Let me know if you want more videos like this.